Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So it's day 22 of the Cineworld challenge. Hopefully you've all come along and been watching the series and enjoying it with me. Hopefully I've thrown some curveballs and some interesting movies your way. So day 22 is a film set in a fantasy world. Now this is hard now. Obviously there's so many fantasy world movies and trilogies that are out there, and it is very open-minded when you fantasy, because obviously something that doesn't exist now is classed, classed as fancy, but you can have, sci-fi stuff that is quite close to it, or even, like, I suppose you consider the aliens, because there are aliens, I assume, out there. We're not the only living species in the whole of the universe, as far as I'm sure there is other intelligent life out there, and so it all depends. But I wanted to go quite off the range to make sure that whatever I covered wasn't anything that could be real or realistic in the realm of realistic. Now this movie is actually one of a set of three. I've loved it. It's animated movie that has a series to it. It does feature, obviously, the main character has a disability, and if you haven't guessed it by now, it is How to Train Your Dragon. So I absolutely love this series, obviously, because it does deal with disabilities alone. The dragons and the Vikings work so well together, and the world that they build. Obviously this is from a DreamWorks. Wasn't deemed to be the biggest movie that I expected, but obviously it spans a trilogy, and I think the trilogy from start to finish is really, really good. I own some of the series, but I don't own it. But I just like how they flesh out the characters, how they have this world, how it is a single dad dealing with his child, and obviously the finding the Toothless that obviously has a damaged tail, and then obviously what happens to the lad, and then how they kind of mirror each other, and then it's kind of them growing up and how characters then move away and stuff. But really, really good. Definitely, if you've not heard of this or don't own this, I would definitely recommend buying all three. I'm sure it's cheaper to buy all three as a pack, especially Blu-ray, because obviously anime, these do look really good. But that has been my film set in a fantasy world that I have liked or loved. Thank you for coming along for the journey, and thank you for coming along for day 22. I shall see you in tomorrow's video.